Hey, what's up everybody? This is John from PhoneDog.com, and this is my second in a series of videos on the HTC Eris. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the camera. I want to thank Best Buy Mobile for hooking us up with this phone, not only for review, but later to give away to one of you guys. If you want to win, just go to PhoneDog.com and click on the tab that says Win Free Phones. There you'll see an image of the phone that's currently up for grabs. You get 5 free spins a day on PhoneDog, 5 free spins a day on Facebook. It's free, it's fun, and you could win a phone, so why not try it, right? Also, check out Best Buy Mobile because they get rid of the need to send in mail-in rebates, deal with faxing receipts, all of that hassle. They take care of it all right there in the store for you when you buy the phone. Alright, let's get to it. Eris has the same camera that you'll find on the GSM and Sprint versions of Hero. It's 5.0 megapixels, autofocus, video and still images. And one thing I should point out right off the bat that I had troubles with on the Sprint Hero is it zooms with the trackball. And I had an early version of the Sprint Hero. I'm sure it works fine now, especially after the update, but even before the update, other people were saying it worked. So I just wanted to show you guys that that definitely works. Let's check out the menu real quick here. For resolution, and I have still photos selected right now, you have 5 megapixels, 3 megapixels, 1 megapixel, and small, 624 by 416. You can change the white balance based on different categories of light situations. Adjust the brightness. Zoom, that's just to get into the zoom control. It's not any kind of preference for how your zoom works in there. General settings. Do you want to see the image after capture? What overall quality do you want? High, fine, normal, basic. Do you want to use a self-timer? Timestamp. Resolution for widescreen. Image properties, you can adjust the contrast, saturation, and sharpness. Effects. Grayscale, sepia, and negative. Pretty basic stuff. I guess some people like that for messaging and profile pictures, avatars, things like that. Metering mode, and I don't know a lot about this actually, but I'll show you that you can select an area for a focal point in the image. Flicker adjustment, ISO, grid. Show you real quick about that manual selection of a focal point. I don't get very instant response on that. You can see it's looking for different focal points in the image, so you might use that to select somebody's face. Now here are your settings for video camera. The main difference is the size. Obviously you can't get as high of resolution with a video camera as you can for still photos. Everything else I believe is exactly the same in terms of your settings, except for encoding type, length, audio. Okay, so there are some changes in here for the video, just a couple though. Now because I'm not going to be posting any sample photos or videos from the Eris, I'll just show you my gallery right here and explain to you the experiences I had under different circumstances. As you can see, in a well-lit area, photos turn out great, no problems at all. I should have done a demonstration. Actually, I'll do it right now. I have a bright light on this bottle. Get it focused here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just move the camera a little bit while I'm taking the picture so we can see how much blur comes out. Oh, I'm on video. Not what I meant to do. But that's good, we have a sample for both now. Okay. Let's go back into the gallery. Now the reason I did that is to show you how much more blur there is in a dim area. You can see blur there, but that's pretty good actually considering how close and the speed that I was moving at. Let's look at the video. Looks pretty decent. So under bright light, the camera, which has no flash, functions pretty well. You're not going to get a lot of blur unless something is moving really quickly or unless it's close and moving. Before I show you the other options here, or the other photos real quick, I'll just show you the options that you have at the bottom of your gallery. That's to view them in a list by whether they're camera shots, all photos, videos. You can share them via Facebook. I have 2 entries there because I installed the Facebook app, and there's the built-in Sense Facebook integration. Flickr you can send via Gmail or another mail account. You can MMS it, share it on Twitter via Peep, upload it to your Picasa album, or post a video directly to YouTube. Delete an image, and this is to go back to either your photo or video camera depending on which one you were last in. So let's go back a little ways in my gallery here. Now, just before starting this video, I took some photos in a very dim room of my cat and my dog, and I don't know if you can see it or not. That's a yawning cat. Get a little white out there. And now that I'm viewing an existing photo, I have some other options as well. A slideshow, set as, contact avatar or wallpaper. I can rotate it, delete it. More is to crop. See details, if I had like geotagged it for instance, or I wanted to see the time it was taken. And that's just to assign it to albums or adjust settings for social networks. Now I don't know if you can see it or not. There are some lines, a little bit of noise introduced when you take a photo in a very dim room. It'll be difficult to make out because you also see interference patterns that the camera picks up based on the refresh rate of the screen. But let me turn off the light here, see if you guys can see. Do you see those stripes going across? Black and blue stripes across the image? That's what happens in a dark room. You see that extra noise. Now my dog was sitting by the window, and you can see a lot of noise there. However, the shades were drawn and this image turned out quite a bit brighter than it appeared to my naked eye. I think I mentioned that in a test video I made here. Here we go.
So I'm just moving the camera back and forth a little bit here to see how much it blurs in dim light. And the image I'm seeing on the screen is actually quite a bit brighter than what I see with my naked eye in this room.
I wish it would go back to the same spot in the gallery after playing a video like that instead of to the end. And here's a picture, pretty close. I was a few feet away from him and I was moving the camera back and forth. But I guess there's actually about the same amount of blur as we saw in the vitamin water image and video. Still image, much dimmer than it looks on screen, but you get that blue tint to it. Pretty decent colors. Again, it's a very gray and cloudy day here. Sound isn't great, but a lot of that is because it's playing. A big part of why the sound doesn't sound too good there is because we're hearing it over basically a speakerphone. When I upload these directly to YouTube, the sound is pretty good actually. Still photos taken outside turn out great. I'm using high resolution. And he is moving around a little bit in these photos. You can see a tiny bit of blur there because he moved really quickly. But for the most part you don't see much blur outdoors. So there you go, the Eris camera. It's the same as the Hero cameras, and I feel pretty much the same way about it. It's good enough. Still photos are definitely good enough for sharing electronically, and some of them I think are worthy of printing actually.
Bye.